All right, man. It's been a while. I think it's been what, a week since I've uploaded. So we're finally back with a video. It's been a while since I've uploaded my last video. I want to say it was my Porzingis one's out, but I've just been sort of busy in life. It's getting to that point in time where finals are coming around, the transition between finals week and summer break. So I have a lot going on, with work and school. But we're finally here within the video, and today we're talking about basically the Houston Rockets and what moves they're going to be making and what I expect them to be doing in the offseason. So what's up? My name is JC. If you guys like the video, drop it down below, press subscribe button, and let's get into the video. So the Houston Rockets, they have a lot of work to do this offseason, and by a lot of work, I mean a ton of work. They obviously got the draft lottery in a few days. I want to say it's on Wednesday at the 23rd, I want to say, right? Yes, it's Wednesday the 23rd. So that's gonna be a really huge day for Houston Rockets fans. I might be streaming with Swag and Will Upton. Got the links in the description. But it's gonna be a really important date for the Houston Rockets because if we don't land within that top four, then our future is gonna be halted to a long time. It's gonna take a long time for us to rebuild. But considering that we do land within the top four, specifically top one, number one pick, the rebuild process is gonna be shortened, man. So, for first and foremost, man, I expect the Houston Rockets to basically make some trade ups in the draft. Obviously they have 3 picks no matter what this draft. If we don't get the first pick, we get the 18th pick from Miami, I want to say, and then the 23rd and 24th from Portland and the Milwaukee Bucks. So, I definitely expect Rafael Stone to at least trade up the draft. Maybe trade those 2 picks for maybe like pick 17, pick 16. I'm not too sure, but I fully expect them to at least like try to trade up in the draft to get someone better. It just makes sense, with the 2 picks, 23 and 24. There's a lot of hidden talent in this draft. This draft is really deep. I haven't done my scouting yet still, which is pretty unbelievable. But from what I've seen, like some clips and basically some people talking about these players, this draft is pretty deep. So we could definitely package our two our 2 picks and trade them up for basically something maybe around 16 to 18, or rate of 18, but 16 to 15. So we could do that. And well, in terms of like drafting, we obviously need a center off the bench who can basically rim protect, but also can stretch the floor. So Daron Sharp, a lot of noise going around his name for the Houston Rockets to pick up, and it honestly would make sense. I've seen his clip, I've seen his mixtape, and it's pretty good. So I definitely expect us to be making a lot of moves in the draft lottery, a lot of maybe trades, a lot of maybe trying to move up in the draft. So there's that. Now in the offseason, I definitely expect them to go for some big time free agents. There's a lot of people out there. We got Lonzo, who's not a restricted free agent. We got Kawhi Leonard, but obviously he's not going to go anywhere else. I expect them to stay with the Clippers if they beat the Jazz, but for the most part, he's not going to come anywhere near Texas. Obviously he doesn't like Texas for what's happened back in San Antonio. But for the most part, there are some good free agents. We're probably going to re-sign Kelly Olynyk. That's what I expect him to do because Olynyk loves the city of Houston. He said himself he was pretty excited to play here. So I just fully expect them to do that, re-sign Kelly Olynyk. It would be really good for them to go for Rashawn Holmes too. My boy Swaggy, he's been talking about how the Rockets should get Rashawn Holmes, and it'd be a really good pickup for them. Someone that can be really good in the pick and roll, someone that can defend the pick and roll. He can guard up on the perimeter if he wants to. He has a good Florida game, really good all around player. So I expect him to get at least one center in the offseason, be it Olynyk or Rashawn Holmes. We just need a center off the bench that can play defense and shoot. So just watch out for them. Get some centers, man. Other than that, we need a guard off the bench. I also fully expect them to obviously re-sign a lot of players. We got David Nwaba, Sterling Brown. Who else is a free agent? I don't really know, man. But yeah, they're probably gonna re-sign those two. Hopefully, we're probably gonna cut some players. Maybe Cam Oliver is gonna be gone. Actually, I fully expect him to be gone. We're probably gonna let DJ Wilson walk. He's a restricted free agent. Honestly, this just depends on how much he wants. He definitely turned it up in the last half of the season, obviously going to health and safety protocol, but definitely turned it up in the second half and was pretty impressive for what he was doing. So I think he might honestly want 5 mil to come back next year, but I'm not too sure the Rockets would give him that much. So for that part, Wilson probably gonna be gone. Cam Oliver is gonna be gone probably. Anthony Lamb, I mean, we could look to basically trade him, but I don't know if he has any value unless he's a strictly free agent, which he probably is, but he's going to be gone. I fully expect us to sign Armani Brooks again. I mean, Brooks, like, he's a fan favorite in Houston, man. He's a Houstonian at heart. I mean, he's been absolutely amazing. You know, broke the 3-point record in his first 17 games, you know, beating Lillard with 48, I want to say. So, yeah, I just expect him. I expect Raphael Stone to make a lot of re-signings, you know, get a point guard off the bench, and honestly, hopefully, we can at least get competitive in the next 2 to 3 years. You know, that's kind of a stretch, but I know, like, if we get Kid Cunningham in the draft, I mean, it would just help our rebuilding process so much, and honestly, it would just shorten the time where we're at the rebuild. I mean, if we had Kid Cunningham put out alongside KPJ, Jae'Sean Tate, KJ Martin, and Christian Wood, I mean, that's a really solid, really young lineup. I mean, Tate and Wood are 26, but they're in that time frame where they can help us win, but they're also young. KJ Martin, KPJ, they're both 21. I mean, KJ, I think he's 20, so they're in their early 20s, which is absolutely amazing. Though those are the two cornerstones of our future. And then adding Cade Cunningham, who's 18, I want to say, turning 19 in October. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I mean, Cade Cunningham, KPJ, that's an electrifying duo. Or maybe Jalen Green and KPJ, like, that's a good duo right there too. So I don't know. It just really depends on what this pick gets us. I mean, if we don't get the pick, then we're honestly pretty screwed. All of our season moves, all of our basically offseason moves, it's going to be really difficult. So I honestly expect to make a lot of moves this offseason. I expect Raphael Stone to make a lot of moves. Hopefully he does. I really want him to re-sign David Nwaba, but I don't know. He might go to a contender. I mean, he provides a lot to other teams, gives some defense and some scoring, you know. I've been proposing that he could go to the Blazers, give them some defense and offense off the bench. You know, it just makes sense. But I would really like to keep him here in Houston. So, other than that, I mean, this team, we have a lot of draft capital. We have really good players, really good young players. We have our good starting four: KPJ, Jae'Sean Tate, KJ Martin, Christian Wood. That's our young core right there. I mean, obviously KPJ is our future cornerstone, but obviously we're not trading him. So I'm pretty excited for the future, what the Houston Rockets have in store for us in the offseason, and honestly, I just believe in Stone. So that's the end of the video. If you guys like the video, drop it down below, press grab button, and let's get them out. Peace.